Welcome to the People Connect podcast. Your network is your net worth. Are you ready to take your life to the next level? Be prepared to leap out of your comfort zone and connect with the who's who of what you want to do. Stop, drop, and roll as we start, market, and grow the CEO of you and your host, Nichelle Womack. She will help you engage, reinvent, motivate, and reactivate your plans for success.
What's going on, CEO family? How are you? Welcome to the People Connect podcast. I am your host, Nichelle Womack. It is a pleasure to be in your presence once more. Hey, how's it going for the fall? You know, this is one of my favorite times of the year. I think mostly because I'm a fall baby and I just love layering clothes. I don't know if this is a female thing or what, but layering clothes feels so good to me because it's cool for one thing, okay? And then the second thing, you can just really just diversify your look more so than summer attire. You can put a scarf on, you can put a hat on, and you can take clothes off if you get hot, unlike it is when it is summertime. So I am one of those fall people that love the smell of cool air. I'm not going to say cold, but I'm going to say cool air in between the 50s and nothing higher than 65, maybe 70. I'm from the Midwest, so we have a lot of scorching days in the Midwest. Temperatures up to, I've seen them as high as like 110, heat index 115. So I'm really excited around this time of the year. And then another thing that I'm really excited about this time of the year is because it's almost time for the holidays. I don't know about you, but around the holidays, people are much nicer. Not only that, it's a perfect time for family. I am really driven towards family. I love my kids, my two sons, my family. Just being around them around the holidays just makes life even much more worth living. The summer and the holidays, that's the time we get to spend the most time with each other. So what's your favorite season? Kind of curious about that. So again, just wanted to pop in to share with you this podcast. As a certified life coach, I always have people asking me questions that make me think about new content to produce. And one of my clients asked me, Nichelle, when do I know, or when will I know it's time for me to leave my job? And honestly speaking, I tell my clients all the time, until you can 3 times your income, don't even think about it, because see, life happens and you want to be fully prepared when and if you decide to leave your job. Your job is another stream of income. So unless you literally hate it, then I would say stay there, plan an exit strategy, and then work from there to decide what you want to do. Make sure that your business is capable and able to bring in consistent income, because being a business owner is not easy. It's something that really takes tenacity. It's something that literally, if you're not prepared for the hardship that you will endure, then you're going to be quite disappointed because it just does not happen that quick. For some, they get off the road real quick and they're able to do things to manifest in the blessings that God has blessed them with. But for others, for most, I would say it takes some time. So you need to be patient with yourself. That's the first thing that I want to share with you. You got to be patient with yourself. You got to plan, prepare, position yourself, and then be prepared to execute from there. Everything about business is about execution. It's about really putting a strategy in place that you can really up level to your next level and decide what you want to do. So I thought I'd address this topic today. If you are burnt out from your job, some signs, some indications that perhaps maybe it's time for you really to start thinking about something else. What do you want to do outside of that job? I truly believe that everybody should have a hustle, a side hustle, something to bring in an additional stream of income. I go back to my philanthropic mentality or mindset. Did I say that word right? If I didn't, you know what I'm talking about. But philanthropy, that's something that I really think about on a regular basis, legacy building, legacy creation, and a job. You cannot leave that to your family. I've said that many a times in every live broadcast that I do, podcast, I mention that often, and I preach that and I teach that to my children. If you want something to outlive you, create a legacy. So a job, you can do that. So I want to share with you today 8 signs that it may be time for you to start looking at other alternatives. 8 signs that it may be time for you to start thinking about doing something else in your life. In your life, yes, your life. You only get one. Why not live the best life that you possibly can? So if you're looking for a good reason to start a side hustle, there's probably no better time than now. When you start feeling burnt out at your job, that's a perfect indicator. When you hate getting up in the morning, going to your job, that's a perfect indicator. When you're looking forward to Friday and it's Monday, that's the perfect indicator that it's time to start something new. If you need a renewed sense of purpose, if you feel like you're being taken advantage of, which I hear from a lot of people that work jobs, they get tired of being, double dosed with work, then it's time to look for something new. A side hustle could be your answer. And so when you encounter these signs in the workplace of burnout, your job will replace you in a heartbeat. I tell people that all the time. Your job will replace you in a heartbeat. You may love it, but does it love you? That's real talk there. Does it love you? Because just as well as you do it, somebody else can come in and do it better. And we have to always think like that. We have to always think like that because jobs are not devoted to you. We've seen so many jobs go overseas. We've seen so many companies shut down. Even though the economy is doing well, you still have to prepare for yourself because it's not up to your employer to prepare for you and your family. So if you dread going to work, that's number one. When you wake up in the morning and you remember you need to go to work, all you want to do is crawl back up under that cover, especially during the fall time. Yes, when it's cold outside. You're not looking forward to getting dressed up and going to work. It's time to start looking at something else. That's a sign of burnout. That's a sign of burnout. And typically Monday mornings are when most people are like, look, that's typically when health issues happen too. I read a study some time ago where it said Monday morning is when most people end up in the hospital, the ER, because of dreading to go to work. And so if that's you, start thinking about things that you can do outside of work that will give you that additional stream of income where work is not so pressured upon you. Number 2, you're physically tired after work. I always say to people, you're not uninspired. You're not inspired. You're uninspired if you're not doing anything after work, but just go to work and come home and don't do anything to build you up, to build your next life up. After retirement, after you quit, or if that job lets you go, you're uninspired, and really the sign of times should really motivate you to say, look, I need to do something different. So if you're physically tired every day when you get home, that you don't even feel like cooking, you don't feel like doing nothing but sitting down or getting in front of the TV or getting in bed for that matter, physically tired, that's not good. Even if you sit at a computer the whole day and you still feel extremely tired, your shoulders begin to bend down and you feel like dragging your feet on the floor when you walk. Putting one foot in front of the other seems like a difficult task. It's time to think about something new. Number 3, you feel absolutely free on your days off. Like I said, some people live for the weekend, but then you have those people that live the free life that every day is the weekend for them. I can't tell you how many times, I look at Facebook posts all the time and it'd be like, yay, Friday. And even as a business owner, a contractor and things of that nature, I look forward to Friday too. But some people, they dread or they dread the weekend. Friday is just like their motivation, their mojo for them to start enjoying your life. Listen, life is too short only if you're not living. And so if you can't wait till a day off, if you gotta be so excited when vacation comes, if you like living for your vacation and days off, then it's time to start adding something else onto your life. I'm very passionate about this, as you can see, because I literally, when I see people post stuff like that on social media, when I hear people tell me constantly they hate their job, when I hear people say, oh, I don't want to go to work, I'm not ready to go back after vacation, then really, literally, you need to work because you need money. We can't make it in this world without any, because it takes money to live. But start thinking about something else. You should not be unhappy doing something you do every day. And so if you are absolutely feeling free on your days off, it's time to start thinking about something else. Real talk. You literally feel like you are happy on vacation versus being in the office. Cloudy days when you're getting up going to work. And you have lifted a piece of freedom when you getting that day off. It's time to start thinking about something else. Number 4, you think about quitting all the time. I've had some amazing jobs in my career, in my life. But there were times when I'm like, look, I need to quit because these people not getting ready to stress me out. Okay? Your job should not stress you out. It shouldn't. I mean, real talk. But if you think about quitting daily, when you get up in the morning, I need to quit this job. I need to win the lottery. Things of that nature. It's time to start thinking about something else. You burnt out from the daily routine of going to that job. If quitting your job consumes your thoughts, then you're probably burned out. But if you don't have any other source of income lined up, then you have no choice but to stay and get up every day and complain. All right? You have no choice. That's why it's important to start adding things to your life, investments or something that you could fall back on, that you're not so dependent on the 9 to 5. Okay, and like I said, it's a stream of income. So if you like your job, if your job does not stress you out, then that's a good thing. But if it does and you think about quitting it every day, then you need to start thinking of an exit strategy. You need to start actually looking for another job if you like working every day. If you like getting up in the morning, going in that traffic and all that kind of stuff. So if it's consuming your life, thinking about quitting, burned out, but if you don't have another source of income, start thinking about something. Okay? Number 5, you don't care about your performance anymore. I've been there. Where I was just there to collect the check. Seriously, real talk. I needed the benefits because I had little kids, and I like the extra stream of income. But I started not caring. Like, whatever, if they write me up, so what? That will be my way out for unemployment. But unemployment, let's be real, that don't do nothing at all, especially if you're used to living a good life and you were making a decent income. But that mindset of like, I'm just sick and tired right now. Lord, I don't even care anymore. Your performance starts to drop. You go simply for attendance purposes only. And you can no longer care if you submit good quality work. See, bottom line, you shouldn't be doing nothing if it ain't good. Because what you do is representation of you. It's a stamp, mark, approval of your brand. You are your brand and your brand is you. So when you're producing poor quality work, that's what people see. That's when you know you burned out. When you don't even care about what you do anymore. And you gotta care, because that will carry on from job to job, from opportunity to opportunity. People remember things, and you never know when you may meet somebody else down the line who was connected with you where you are. And so when you start not caring about those things anymore, start thinking of exit strategies. Start thinking about something else that you need to do to get away, to break free from that daily routine of being unhappy. Number 6, you feel stressed when you're at work. I just shared with you all earlier that Monday morning is typically the day when people end up in the emergency room because they're stressed to go to that 9 to 5 that's been putting them and making them sick regularly. I hear that too. Their job makes them sick. They can't talk about it. They don't want to think about it when they get off. They don't even want to go back. So even if you came in from an enjoyable weekend, the moment you step into your office, all the joy, all the happiness is sucked out of you. That means you burned out. You feel like a lifeless soul going through the motions of working and being there because you have to, not because you want to. You're burned out. Don't let that job do that to you. There's so many opportunities out there with the emergence of online presence. Me personally, I'm a business coach, a life coach, and I've had to hire a life coach and a business coach just to help me do things that I did not know how to do. And so sometimes in life, we have to invest in ourselves in order to invest in our life to get out of where we are. It's so key and so important. If you're not following me on Instagram at Nichelle Womack, again, Instagram at Nichelle Womack, you might want to do that because for the simple reason, daily I post inspiration, motivation, and information to push you out of your comfort zone and into the life that God has blessed you with. You are not meant to be here just to exist. You are not meant to be here just to pay bills and die. You're meant to be here to live abundantly, a wonderful life that you can enjoy and that you can enjoy with those that you love. At Nichelle Womack at Instagram.com. If you're not on my email list, that's another place you want to be because consistently I'm sharing opportunities, things for development and all that kind of stuff. Go to bit.ly/purposed living. Purposed living. bit.ly/purpose living. Get on my email list because we know how social media gets a little funky every now and then. You don't necessarily see people all the time. And if you like what you hear on this podcast, which I know you do, we've had over 15,000 downloads. So you can't have 15,000 downloads if people ain't listening and don't consistently check in. Do you hear me? Yes. So I thank each and every one of you. But you can literally help this podcast by, first of all, going to iTunes and make a comment about what the podcast has done for you in your life. And then not only that, share it with someone else. Sharing is caring. Don't be stingy. Just like you feel fulfilled from this information that I'm sharing with you, guess what? Somebody else can as well. So let's get on to number 7. That was just my break-in media break right there. Yes, you got to do that because look, I'm paying every month to share this information with you. Don't ask anything or anything of that sort. Monthly, I pay to have this service provided for you because this is my community service, my business information, life information community service. The least you can do is share it with someone else. Pass it on to bless somebody else's life. Number 7. You have trouble falling asleep. Now, this right here is seriously as well. For the simple reason, you need your sleep in order to be productive. And so even if you are super tired and stressed out at work, you find it hard to find peaceful sleep at night. The first thing I'm going to tell you to do is pray. Yes, I'm a praying woman. Pray and ask God to remove whatever is hindering you from sleeping. Remove it, because you may develop insomnia. And thanks to the negative thoughts that pervade your mind in the day and day out, it comes into your sleep habits. Sleep is important. You need that to not only stay healthy, but to have a right mindset to do what you do on a daily basis. So if you have trouble falling asleep, that's another indication that you're burnt out. You don't want to get up in the morning and go sit at that desk in that office, meet the fake people that you work with every day. Yes, I hear it all. I'm telling you, I've been there, done that, and I know what it's like every day to be in a space, first of all, that you're tired of, you're sick and tired of, and you don't want to be there. So if you have trouble falling asleep, another indication that you're burnt out from that job. Last but not least, I'm sure there's tons of others, but this is my last one to share with you today. You probably got some other unique things that you're going through. But if you feel depressed, depression is real. Literally, it's real. It will take you out of here. So pay attention to signs, indications. Pay attention to when you're not yourself. Pay attention to those people that you love when they're not themselves. When they consistently have behavior disorders or behavior problems or concentration issues, they feel depressed. When you start feeling depressed because you are going to spend time or the rest of your life at the same job doing the same thing over and over again, then you're definitely burnt out. Look for a way out. A side hustle is a great way to start. There's nothing like being depressed daily over and over again, and you can do nothing about it. But see, that's the kicker there. Yes, you can. You can do something about it. You can plan in advance. You can strategize, have an exit strategy so that you can live your best life. And that's doing what you love to do. If you need help, which all of us at some point in our lives need help, the bottom line is that we don't like to admit that we need help. And when we don't admit that we need help, that's the first sign that there's a problem that we need to say, that we need to talk about. Don't let it get that far. set up a strategy where you can help yourself. And by helping yourself, connect with a life coach, connect with a business coach, somebody that can help you plan for that next stage, that exit strategy, get in the way, whether it's to another career, whether it's to get a side hustle to help you make some additional income. Start formulating a plan now. I am at Nichelle Womack. You can go connect with me there on Instagram. Send me a DM. Let me know what you think about this podcast, the information that I've shared with you. You can also go to my website, toexcelwithnichelle.com. I will also share this information in the notes so you'll have it just in case you did not get it right here and there. But I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Reach out to me, if you need some help and if you're looking for that accountability. That's what it boils down to, accountability. So, again, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I'm Nichelle Womack, the Startup CEO, helping you to start, market, grow, and profit in your business, in your life, in your relationships, to helping you up level to that next level, to help you understand, identify with God's purpose for you in your life. Don't forget to share. Don't forget, go to iTunes and leave a comment what you thought about or what you think about all the broadcasts that you have listened to. My daily goal, or oftentimes when I get on here, I just want to make sure that I'm providing information and inspiration and motivation for you to move out of your comfort zone and into the gifts that God has blessed you with. Make it a great week. We're in the third week of October 2018. You only have about 80, 79 days or so left in 2018 to make an impact. Right now, you should be strategizing. In fact, you should have been doing it a long time ago, but if you're slow to start, right now is a perfect time to start planning your 2019. What will your 2019 look like if you start doing something different today? That's my message that I want to leave you with. What will your 2019 look like if you start doing something different today to change your life? Connect with me on Instagram at Nichelle Womack. Connect with me at my email list. Get on that email list at bit.ly, Purpose Living. I got some great things in store for 2019, and I want you to be a part of my space so that not only you can be watching, but you can be doing too. All right? So take care. Blessings and peace. Until next time. Signing off for now, the People Connect podcast. Bye-bye.